Can he get back on the line? He can! Prowler gets him! That's got to be the game-winning play. Well, the wave is coming in. Icy Flip all alone. Option 12, the reverse sweep. They will end an epic 50-minute game 5. A championship well-deserved for Option 12 in Split 6.
Currently have ranked first, along with the community, along with Infinite, while you have them at second. I think that we all can see the raw op.gg plat and bright shiny medals on this.
Hi, I'm Queen Elizabeth. I'm the support for Option 12 in Split 7.
And I'm Gregosaurus Rex. I am the mid laner for Option 12.
So what LCUS means to me, I really only started playing League of Legends back in February of 2018 because my boyfriend at the time, Gregosaurus Rex, was very deeply involved with it. I got really into it. I loved it. I set a goal for myself that in the next split, I wanted to be able to play with everyone and I wanted to be good enough. And I met that goal. And I, from the start, back in probably, I want to say late 2018, got involved with LCUS. I got to meet everybody, got involved, got to watch Greg's games and him lose in the finals of Split 5. And it's really been a part of my everyday life since then. And I'm happy to be here in Split 7.
So I would go ahead and say that you definitely met your goal, considering the first split you played, you won the championship. So yeah. You clearly did well there. For me, LCUS started as a way to play League in a way that was more competitive. I knew a bunch of the folks from a variety of places. Trufflesaurus, I've known through being friends with him and working with him. Through him, I met Ace. And through Ace, unsurprisingly, I met everybody else. But at this point, it's more than just a competitive league tournament for me. For me, it's now more like a family almost, or like a larger community. By and large, everyone is so supportive and so friendly. It's great to be able to, even after your games, or even if we're not even playing on a Sunday, just, hang out in Discord, talk, just, mess around and be able to communicate with folks, especially during these weird times that we're in right now. I found it to be a very, very good way to have a social aspect. I liked it a lot.
Well, Greg and I have always been a team. There's healthy competition between us because we're always competing to be the best in whatever we do. But we want to have fun while we do it. And so we kind of see playing on a team as we see our relationship. We work through and we communicate well with any issues that we might have or any obstacles that we might have, any roadblocks. And we try to work through it in calm and level-headed type of manner. And if there's anything that's going on, we always talk through it. And amazingly, during Split 6, Split 7, the synergy between mid and support, we never really had issues per se. Because Greg and I have been playing together since I started. So we even started playing in the bot lane together. So we kind of get where each other's tolerances are. So we didn't really have too many issues with us. Now, working within a team environment is obviously a lot different. And you have a lot different dynamics that you're working with. And so I think that synergy that Greg and I just kind of naturally have together and that teamwork that we naturally have together permeates throughout our team environment and helps our team kind of come together and understand, this is how we communicate, this is how we can get through things, and it becomes less of a toxic environment and more of like a family environment in that regard. And so I think that really helps us having that dynamic together.
I would agree with everything Liz said. From a little bit more selfishly of a note, if we're going to go back to the hype video that was being discussed for the last split, part of the reason I was so adamant about this is the one we're winning is because I was, as Liz pointed out earlier, very sick of losing. Lost a lot, got real tired of it. And I figured, A, it would either come true and I would look like I knew exactly what I was talking about and we were firing all cylinders and our team was the best in the world, or B, at least it would be a good way to stir the pot. And, that adds an extra element of drama and storytelling that I think the LCUS could always use a bit more of, right? You always want either the the underdog team to cheer for. You always want like the David and Goliath story. You want that sort of situation to occur because that's the best for the viewers and that's the best for the community as far as entertainment value.
Can Prowler play a regular meta AD? Game 2 wasn't an indication of that. Gregosaurus Rex on Annie was fantastic, but I don't think we can talk about this game. And
yeah, so definitely this split, instead of playing weak side, top side, we're definitely playing weak side, bot lane. And that's not to say that Prowler isn't a good AD carry. He's been a phenomenal jungler. He's been a phenomenal top lane. And AD carry is a difficult role to learn. If you've been playing roles where you are a tank or you are less squishy than you're expected to be, going into a role where you are the squish and you are going to die really quickly is really hard to get used to. So when Prowler and I started working on our synergy in bot lane, it was really rough to start. So there were games that we do normals and we go 0-10, 0-20 in laning phase. It was really challenging. It took quite a bit, and I play different champions than he's used to, so he prefers to have a tank in the bot lane, and I don't normally play tanks, so I've had to change up how I play and get used to playing more beefy champions or playing different champions that I'm used to, and it's kind of gotten to the point right now, we've worked out a lot of our kinks that we've had, and it's gotten to the point right now where I just tell him, hey, what do you want me to play? And I'll play it. Just because I'm so versatile and I'm so accommodating that I will do whatever we need for the team to make sure that we've got a good comp and that we can play successfully. We've had to try out different things such as Senna and a tank, and that has worked phenomenally for us. It's been very successful. Just because we're able to kind of change it up and do different things, because maybe that plays into what our synergy is and what people don't expect that we're going to play, so we can catch them a little bit off guard. So it has been a little bit more challenging. We have had our ups and downs, especially, there was 1 week where I think the entire league was imploding at one point in time. And we definitely had our challenges that day, but we were able to kind of talk it through, rein it in, have that open communication, and then just really come back together as a team and focus.
Yeah, the dynamic this split versus last split is very different, as Liz alluded to. I can only speak to I can't pay super close attention to what's going on in the bot half of the map. I will leave that to you to explain. But for at least for mid and like the top side with the jungle, it's a very different dynamic because before we had Eternal, who was an all-star at just not getting resources, surviving through lane, and just being a team fight monster when it mattered. Not to say that Shaken is not a team fight monster. It's just the resources can be sent a different direction that way because he does play more carry champions. From a personal note, I've also had to step up into more of a carry role than I was previously. Last split, I was much more. I played mids that did a lot of damage, but I wasn't the focal point of the team. I wasn't doing a ton of damage or getting a ton of kills or anything like that. That was more pointy and that was more Prowler at the time. With this iteration of the team, I've had to step up and take the kills, take the extra farm, get the snowball rolling on myself to make sure that we can make it through. And then once we reach the later part of the game, when Prowler can come online as an AD carry, that's when we reach our strongest point. And I think that is the peak performance of this split's Option 12.
Soda, we have just seen Option 12 win their first game since week 1 in a very decisive fashion up against Northern Storm, one of the top teams in this split.
Yeah, so definitely coming up with Blitzkrieg, they're going to have to contend with the serious carry energy that we do have in the bot lane. If Prowler gets behind, I'm coming for you, and this support doesn't back down. So you've got your money's worth there.
I have two things to say. Number one, I did watch J-Dog's video, and he proudly proclaimed that he solo killed Shaken. But then if you watch the video clip, you'll notice that Shaken didn't actually die. So maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about. Entirely possible. The other thing that I will point out is that if you look at the regular season, yes, we did go 0-2 against Blitzkrieg. However, I would make the argument that Blitzkrieg didn't need to do a thing to beat us. We did plenty of beating ourselves.
And also Prowler's internet didn't work.
And Prowler's internet didn't work. You may not know that, but Prowler was not in voice comms at all during that second game. Hard stop. So, Imagine how much better it will go when we're actually functioning as a team and we can talk to all our players. Different story. I'm not going to say with 100% certainty we are going to win, but if you think this is going to be an easy 2-0, you are wrong.